What's going on, man? It's your boy Jeff, also known as Dow Sniper 94 on Discord. Name is in the description. Feel free to reach out to me anytime if you have any type of Forex related questions. I'd be happy to help. This is Deep in the Bag Trading. We are always deep in our bag, but today we are here, and today we're here to talk about prop firms. So, prop firms. There's three prop firms, and I'm sure you've at least heard of the first one that I'm going to talk about today. And the first one is going to be FTMO. So, FTMO is, I believe, in my opinion, the most popular prop firm out there. And prop firms, guys, prop firms are like a gift from God for traders. I think the biggest problem that we have is that as traders, as retail traders, without a prop firm, is that we lack the capital. It's not that you can't trade. It's not that um, you don't know what you're doing or anything, but it's just that you don't have the capital to trade comfortably. Because the main thing with trading is that it's like literally 10 or 20% about technical analysis and skill, but it's 80 to 90% um, psychological. Once you eliminate the emotional side of trading, your level of success will increase exponentially. That's a proven fact. I don't care what anybody says. If you take the emotions out of trading, you will always be a better trader. If you are emotional and you have trades that when you go into drawdown, your heart starts beating fast, and because them red numbers, they hit different. They hit way different when they're real. The red numbers hit so different. If you can't handle it, you're not going to be a good trader. But I feel like when you have more capital to work with and you apply that risk management, you apply risk management, so it allows you to take out the emotions in trading, because now you're in a position where when you open a trade, it's like, I used a proper amount of risk. Losing is a part of trading. If I lose, you know, we move on to the next setup. If I win, that's great, and that's the best way to trade. But when you're in a position where, you know, you have, first of all, you have your own money on the line, and um, it's you don't have a whole lot of room for error, almost no room for error. You find yourself staring at your chart all day. Um, you have anxiety, you experience FOMO. There's so many, detrimental things that come with emotional trading. You just can't trade at your full capacity. You can't. There's no way possible you can do it. So prop firms, they solve that problem. Um, FTMO is the most popular one in my opinion. And we're gonna get started with that one. If you go to ftmo.com, I left the links of all three prop firms that I'm gonna talk about in the description. It's FTMO, My Forex Funds, and the Funded Trader. So if we scroll down, when you get to the front page, if you just scroll down, you can look at. Oh wait, I expanded this right here. Bingo. If you scroll down and on the front page, you can look at the trading objectives for the prop firm, or for or for FTMO. And basically, if anybody doesn't know what a prop firm is, like FTMO, what they do is they give you their capital to trade for a certain amount of time, and you have to prove to this firm that you can make a profit while trading within their given risk parameters. If you can do that, then you're given a live account, um, with that amount that you proved yourself on, and you keep. I think with FTMO it's like 80. It's 80%. So with FTMO it's 80%, and with my Forex Funds and the Funded Trader, I think they're both 75%. Um, so I mean, you can imagine you trade a $200,000 account. You think you can make 1%if you once you get to the live stage, you think you can make 1% on 200,000? It's $2,000. You keep, 80%. That's 1,600. That's a $1,600 payout. Prop firms are a bag. So, so if we scroll down, we have all five different account sizes that they offer, and the standard rules are in the chart. So you have 30 days to make 10% profit. Okay, so for the $10,000 account, for example, you have to make $1,000 profit in 30 days. You have to trade a minimum of 10 days. So what that means is you have to at least open a trade 10 days within those 30 days. So it doesn't matter if you make $1,000 within 3 days, okay, on the $10,000 account. You have to, after that, you still have to open a trade for the next, 7 days in order to meet that 10-day requirement. And typically, what I do to what I did when I passed the $25,000 challenge, what I did was after I passed it. Well, not after I passed it, but after I met the profit target, I met it within like 3 days. And what I did was I just opened like a mini lot. I opened a really, really small lot size trade on a really, really slow pair, like AUD, USD, or even a crypto, and that counts as a trade. Closed it, made sure that just use a mini lot so that way you don't, you know, go below the profit target amount. So you need to make like 10% plus a few dollars to make sure that you can do that, for the rest of the time. Unless you happen to meet the profit target after the 10-day period, then you don't have to worry about anything. But that's the key to doing. That's the trick to doing that. The next thing is that in addition to the 30 days, the 10 days, and the $1,000 profit target, you have these are the loss parameters. So your daily loss is 5% of the account. Your maximum loss is 10%. So what that means is overall, during the duration of the entire challenge, you cannot lose more than 10%. Your account drawdown cannot be any more than 10%, but every single day, your drawdown cannot be more than 5%. So let's say day one, um, you make $400. Okay. Day one ends, every day ends at I think it's 4 o'clock and restarts at 5. So at 5 p.m., you have a new day. You have a fresh start. And that's 5 p.m. Central Time. So if you're on another part of the country, be aware of that. 5 p.m. Central Time on a new day, you have a fresh $500. So if you made $400 the day before, don't think that now the next day you have $900. That's not how it works. You get a fresh $500 every single day. The same goes if you lost money the day before. If you had a bad day and you lost $200, well, the next day at 5 that day at 5 p.m., you have a fresh $500 to work with, but now you have to take into account that you're running up against your maximum overall loss. Okay, cool. Um, so that's pretty much it. They have two stages to their challenge. So 30 days is your first stage. You have 30 days to make 10%. And what I like about it is that once you get to stage two, now you have 60 days to meet half of that profit target. So that's pretty dope. I mean, you get 60 days, you get twice the time to make half the target. I mean, it's that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. So it just makes trading that much more easier. We all know that trading is not easy at all, but when you use risk management and you're consistent, you have a strategy that works, it can be, and the only thing that really gets in our way is capital. So, um, a prop firm like FTMO is a good start um, for being able to trade some decent amount of capital. Um, so I'm gonna move on to my Forex funds. So my Forex funds is personally my favorite was FTMO for a while. That's what I started with. Um, But now I really lean towards my Forex funds because my Forex funds is like a cheaper twin sister of FTMO. So if you go to myforexfunds.com, this is what'll pull up. And my Forex funds is a little bit different. So they have three different programs. They have a rapid evaluation and accelerator program. The evaluation program is going to be basically exactly like the FTMO program. Um, I have not really looked into the rapid program, but I think, hold on a minute, I'll take a look at it real quick. Rapid, 3 days a week. Must enter trade at least 3 days a week. Hmm, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Well, no. Oh, no targets. You get paid 12% of the accounts. Minimum trading days. You get paid 12% of the profits that you earn in your account. Hmm. You can look into the rapid one. What I'm going to talk about though is the evaluation one. Let's just talk about the evaluation because that's the same as FTMO. So earn bonuses from day. Ah, okay. So with the rapid, you earn from day one. So you don't have to. The key with the rapid account is that you don't have to go through the eval. That's okay. That makes more sense now. You don't have to go through a challenge for the rapid account. Um, but I believe the profit split is a little bit less. So we're gonna circle back around to that. But let's start with the evaluation. So the evaluation is the same as FTMO, but the numbers are just different, and they're actually way better. So with FTMO, you had a $10,000 account for, I think they charge a fee. Oh my God, I didn't talk about the fee. That's important. They charge a fee of 155 pounds, or I think it's like 199 bucks, so like 200 bucks. Okay. So for a $200 fee, you get to take this challenge, and that's what I was going to talk about next was that make sure that you practice demo trade before you do this. I'm going to talk all about that when I get through talking about these three firms, but that's probably the most important thing. So we're going to circle back around to that. But there is a fee that you have to pay to do the challenge and the verification, but you get it back. So if you pass the challenge, you pass the verification, your first profitable month, it says here the fee is reimbursed to you with your first profit split. So your first profit, it doesn't matter your first month, your first profit split if you make $1. Okay. If your account is in profit 2 cents, you get that fee back on top of that on top of 80% of that 2 cents. Okay. So yeah, there is a fee, but you get it back. Um, so with that being said, that same $10,000 account is only $84 with my Forex funds. It's way cheaper. And then your profit target is 8% rather than 10%. And during phase two, which would be like the verification phase on FTMO, it's 5%. So it's the same on phase two, but it's 2% less. So you have an easier profit target. It's cheaper. And then this is the real kick is that you have your daily drawdown is still going to be 5% of the account, but your overall is now instead of being 10%, it's 12%. So you got a $1,200 overall. And those, I mean, every percent that you can get counts. That's really good. That's a good deal. I personally just got done doing the $5,000 challenge. Well, I'm not done yet, but I've passed phase one, and I'm waiting for my trading days, my minimum trading days of five. And that's another thing. They have less trading days. I'm waiting for my minimum days to go by to be able to trade on the $5,000 account. So I just passed that, and it's $50 to do that. So um, I really, really recommend my Forex funds over over all three of them. So um, I love FTMO. They're reliable, they're consistent, they're a good company. I have nothing wrong with FTMO. I still plan to. I've had my outs with FTMO. I actually had a $25,000 account. I made over $8,500 on that account. Um, but I ended up blowing my daily loss limit by a couple dollars. So I ended up at the same time that I got a profit split on that account, I lost that account. So I'm on my way back to FTMO after I get through passing this challenge with my Forex funds and probably a few more. I want to basically, my goal is to personally conquer the prop firm trading market. I want to be able to trade on my Forex funds, FTMO, and the funded trader, um, all three of them. So, um, anyway, I'm gonna make another video about that. But yeah, that's all I got. That's really all I got to say about. I have nothing bad to say about my Forex funds. It's the same. Oh, another thing is the rules. Um, let's talk about the trading rules for. Let's just go ahead and knock them both out. So, because they're the same, really. Um, with FTMO, you see that you have this option for a normal and aggressive account. So with aggressive, I never really looked into the aggressive. You can see off the bat that the fee is more expensive, but I forget what. Okay, the profit target is $2,000. Okay, instead of $1,000. But I think aggressive, aggressive, you get a bigger profit split, is what it is. I think you might get 90% with aggressive. You're just gonna have to look into that on your own. But there's a difference. There's a difference. So, and they don't allow the aggressive account on the $200,000, but I believe the profit split is higher on aggressive. You might get 90% of your profit. Yeah. And then they have the normal, which is the standard. You get 80% of your profit. You get 80% of your profits. Um, yeah, I don't know why they don't specify what the difference is. I've seen it before. I saw it a long time ago, but I can't remember. So you're gonna have to just get on here and look. But okay. So the big thing that has changed with FTMO from when I first started trying to pass the challenge to when I passed the challenge to now is now you have, and this is huge, you have, I just was looking at it, you have this what you call a swing account. So um, before with FTMO, they had all these rules, like you're not allowed to trade news. Um, you can't, I think they said you couldn't hold over the weekend. Now, the thing about the challenge is that on the challenge and on the verification stages, you can. So you can trade anything. You can trade any type of way you want on this on the swing account or the regular with the challenge. You have no restrictions. But on a normal account, you have to you can't trade news. So if news breaks out and it's relevant to your pair, then you're barred from trading that pair during the news event. I think it's like 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after the news event. You can't trade it. Um, and I believe all trades have to be closed by Friday. There's no weekend holding weekend trades. Um, Now those rules might have been loosened up by now. Go to the FAQ section, do your research on here to find out. But what I'm going to tell you is my experience. I used a swing account, and the reason why is because the swing account, as you can see, it says here, has no restrictions on holding trades over the weekend, or trading during macroeconomic releases. So you can trade on news events, you can hold trades over the weekend, all of that. The only thing with the swing account that is different is that the leverage is a little bit less, and it doesn't say it on here either, but the leverage is 1 to 30 instead of being 1 to 100 on the swing account. Okay, so um, I don't trade uh, forex pairs per se. I really trade indices. So what that means, what the main difference that I saw is that based on the broker they use on all of their any one of their accounts on a regular, because I started out trying to pass the challenges on the regular account, the normal, They didn't have the swing. This was not available. So they had a 1 to 100 leverage. And say I traded US 30. If I drop a standard on US 30, 1.0, it was like $100 per point. When now on the swing account with a 1 to 30 leverage, oh, that same 1.0 is $10 per point. So that's the only difference is that you get you have I feel like you have a safer leverage. You can call it whatever you want, but that's safer. It's less. It's more conservative. Um, and you that's what they basically that's the only restriction in my opinion that they try to place on the account. They kind of nerf your leverage, but they give you less restrictions. They don't tell you that you can't trade news, you can't hold over the weekend, but they lower your leverage down. And that's probably to, protect them as well. Let's make the conditions better for the trader, but you know, let's also protect ourselves as a company. And that's understandable. That's a fair trade-off. It's definitely worth it. Um, so let me see here. On on my Forex funds, that available leverage is it's 1 to 100. So with my Forex funds, they use a different broker. So and they yeah they use it like they use like some sort of different broker. So that same 1 to 100, I just started trading with my Forex funds not too long ago, and I thought that the 1.0 on US 30 was going to be the same, $100 a point. It actually turns out that a 1.0 on my Forex funds on at least on the $5,000 account. I don't really understand leverage that well, so this might be different for the larger accounts, but a 1 to 100 on the $5,000 account is literally $1 per point. And that's cool. That's fair, I was able to pass the challenge on both phases easily, with that leverage. But that's just a heads up is that US 30 is $1 a point. Nas is $1 a point. SPX is $1 a point. You know, um, not too sure about the crypto. I have not tried crypto on my Forex funds. I did trade crypto. That's really one of my primary pairs. I just happened to not trade crypto on my Forex funds during both challenges. But on FTMO, um, 1.0 it's just a dollar. It's just a point. A dollar, a dollar to dollar. If Bitcoin goes up a dollar and you're in a buy, you have a standard a dollar, then you make a dollar. So, um, yeah, yep, yep. So that's pretty much it between um the for the rules on the same rules apply to FTMO as far as news events go for my Forex funds. There's no trading restrictions on my Forex funds as with the swing account on FTMO. So you can trade news, um, you can hold trades over the weekend, but with my Forex funds, you cannot open trades on the weekend. So on Friday at 4 p.m. when the markets close, not even crypto. And that's like the only thing that I did not like. Um, I just like ran into that. I didn't know that, you couldn't. So, when it comes to passing those 5 days, I'm just waiting right now. So I passed phase two within like 2 days. I think I started it, what's today? Today's Friday. So I started it like the 27th, and by Tuesday, um, I passed it. Or no, it would have been like it was Tuesday, so I started the 28th, and by Wednesday I passed it. So day three, day four, day five is gonna be well, I might have it on Sunday. If yeah, they allow you to trade Sunday after five, so that'll be my day but I have to wait. I With FTMO I could open a trade Saturday and have my credentials by Sunday or Monday, but I have to wait. So that's the only little hiccup, little thing that I don't like is that you can't open trades on the weekend, and that kind of holds you back when it comes to crypto too, because crypto moves a lot on the weekend. So Yeah, that's the only little thing I don't like. And then their profit split is 75%, as opposed to the 80%. But after your first month, you get 80% with my Forex Funds. Um, and you can do it. You can get a profit split bi-weekly, but your first profit split, I believe, is after 30 days. So from what I understand, I have not had the experience of getting a profit split from my Forex funds yet. This is my first go around, so we're gonna see. But with my Forex, with FTMO, you get your profit splits every 2 weeks. My first profit split with FTMO was 2 weeks after I opened my first trade. Okay, so yep. Yep. And then it says on the third month you'll receive 85% of your profit split from that point onward. So the longer that you're able to prove to continue to, if you basically they're rewarding your consistency. If you consistently can trade and you consistently make profit, then your profit splits go up. And they also have a scaling plan as well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Just feel free to take a look at this and you know, do your research on there to find out that. But if I'm not mistaken, they have a scaling plan like FTMO does. FTMO has a good scaling plan. So it says we aim for long-term business relationships. We will increase the balance of your FTMO. So by 25%. So every 4 months, they increase your account by 25% if you manage to be consistent and profitable. So if you show them if you show profit, I'm guessing every month for those first 4 months, then you get that 25%. So not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. Using a prop firm is definitely, like a mechanical advantage, for us small traders. If we don't have the capital, get on with a prop firm, use their capital. And that's a way on to, a second source of income. So that's all I got to say about those two. I'm sure I might have missed, some things, but you're welcome to check out those two websites and have at it. Um, I have no complaints about either of those two, and even FTMO with it being a little bit more expensive, it's a really really good um, program. But right now, as of recent, my Forex Funds has come into the picture um, now as the second most popular, and I believe it's not far behind. It'll probably be the most popular before long because these prices are pretty hard to compete with. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's almost half, a little bit more. Yeah, it's about half for the between the $10,000 accounts for both. So, yep, it's a good deal. The third one that I'll talk about briefly is the funded trader, and I just recently found out about this one. The funded trader is all, as you can see, all these prop firms follow the same setup, right? So they have a phase one, a phase two, and then you get to trade on their account. It says you receive up to a 90% profit and bi-weekly payouts. So I'm not sure what the first, it says up to 90%. So let's see. And I'm looking at this for just like the second time. So they have a swing account, like with FTMO. Here it is. Profit split is 80%. So you get 90% with scaling. So very similar template to FTMO. It's almost the same. It's it is the same. You get 80%, you get up to 90%. They allow weekend trading. It is a little, well, this is the $400,000 challenge. That's 1,800 dollars, almost $2,000. So they have a 400,000. Wow. Okay. They have a $400,000 account that you can trade on. Their minimum is a $50,000 account. So let's look at the minimum. What do you get for 50,000? Let's see. So it's 315 bucks, where FTMO is 345 pounds, so it's like 400 bucks, 450 bucks. Um, let's see. Oh man, y'all. 345. So it's yeah, it's a little over 400 bucks. And that price changes too. I've seen that price be a little, it varies. That price varies. It's different like every so often for the challenge. It changes. It goes up or down by, 10 bucks or so, 5 bucks or so. It changes every now and then. But yeah, so that's not bad. $315 as compared to shit 417 for the same size account. That's a damn good deal. And then on for my Forex funds that they continue to be unbeat, you know. 300 bucks for a $50,000 account. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. But the funded trader charges 315. Your max daily loss is 6%. So as opposed to the 5% that you get with the other two, you get 6% with the funded trader. You get 12% overall with the funded trader. Um, your profit targets are 10% and 5% for phase one and two. You have 5 minimum trading days and you have a 1 in 60 leverage. So not bad. Not bad. Man, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Um, as far as the rules, let me see here. I don't really. Live focus prefer comparison. Oh wow, they have a comparison chart. So as you can see, what's going on with the funded trading world, right? Is FTMO was the first, I believe, like the first one to come aboard, and for a long time they were like the best one by a long shot. They were the first. They were the best. Had the best profit split, everything. So what happened was FTMO was the only one out there. So they they didn't have as good of a program as they have now. It was a good program, but it was like the only program. So they kind of had a chokehold on the market. And now you've got these other you've got these other brands, you've got these other companies that are coming on board. So they're forcing FTMO to step their game up. So I think now even with FTMO, they have a thing where if you meet, I think it's like 7% profit and you have like 3 days left, they allow you an extension. If you meet, if you, the other thing about it is that if you don't meet the profit target, but you don't violate the account, you don't violate your daily loss or your overall loss, you get a free repeat. They have all types of, they're just, all of the companies are stepping their game up as far as allowing traders a little bit more comfort, um, and that's because they're competing with these other prop firms. Like you see, they have prop firms on here that I didn't even mention. So, Elevate is one. I've heard of Elevate before. I have not heard of the prop trading. I have not heard of the trading capital, but FTMO and my Forex funds, in my opinion, are their leading competitors. Um, let me see here. I still haven't seen. So they have an FAQ section, general rules for challenges. Yeah, I don't know. Can I hold trades over the weekend? Blasey, blasey, blasey. Huh. They do not allow holding trading over the weekend for the following challenge, for the standard challenge and the rapid challenge. So their swing account they do. Their swing account they do. So they're just like FTMO. They're just like FTMO. Nice. Nice. And with these prop firms, what I'll just go ahead and say, because I don't really know for the funded trader. I'm not gonna be able to confirm that on here right now, but I'm pretty sure they do. the same instruments. You'll have to look into it for the funded trader. But for my Forex funds and FTMO, you can trade, you know, US 30 gold, NAS, all your Forex pairs, stuff like that. So, yep, that's it. Oh, here we go. What trading instruments are we allow trading? We allow trading of the instruments available on your platforms, typically include. So, yeah, your standard instruments. So, you see the Nasdaq, the DAX. That's the German version of the Dow. Um, the Dow, S&P, all these Forex pairs. I'm pretty sure gold is on here somewhere. Yep, gold, Bitcoin, like Litecoin, Ethereum. So these three firms are all very similar, and in my opinion, they're the best out of the three prop firm out of the prop firm market. They're the best three out of the prop firm market. So I'm gonna do a video after this about how right now I am going from a $5,000 account to a $200,000 account on my Forex funds, and I plan on doing the same thing for FTMO and the same thing for the funded trader. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video. I know it's been a little long, and like I said, I'm gonna leave the links in the description. Check those out, see what you think, and I wish you the best of luck in your trading. And give me a like or a subscribe if you like what you see, if you like what you heard, and happy trading, everybody. Take it easy.